Hi, this is Dr. Myles Munroe again, and I'm coming to you on the ground in Nairobi, Kenya. We are standing on one of the most amazing sites that has been in recent history. Of course, a few weeks ago, there was a tragedy that took place in the city of Nairobi in Kenya, where there were hostages that were held by terrorists. And behind me, of course, is the building, the mall where that took place. And we're going to be basically seeing that in a few minutes. But standing next to me is our host who invited us to the nation of Kenya. His name is Pastor Julian, a very wonderful man. He and his wife, Amanda, have been great hosts to us here in the beautiful city of Nairobi in Kenya. And today we are standing on a very sacred spot. Behind me, of course, is some of the flowers that were laid in memory of those who were killed in the hostage situation here at the mall. And what's amazing is that the picture that's in the center that you may see, there's a picture here in the center of two young people, a man and a woman. This is the cousin of Pastor Julian and his fiancée. And they were both, of course, in the mall during that time. And Pastor Julian, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much, Dr. Myles.
First of all, thank you for your wonderful hospitality, bringing us here to Kenya.
Welcome.
It's been a great time being with you all. But this spot is very emotional for you because the couple I just pointed out on the list of those who were deceased, who was he to you and what were they doing in the mall?
So this is, he and his fiancée, Bogua, was a cousin of mine through my sister's marriage to his family. Mm-hmm. And we had just finished planning my sister's wedding. She got married, and the whole committee now was starting to plan his wedding because we have committees that meet for weddings. That week they were starting their meeting, and so the reason why most of us didn't make it to the meeting is because we had another wedding to attend that day, and so most of us were not here. But this is where we would all have been.
Sure.
And so they basically said, we'll start and get everyone the minutes, and then you'll all catch up with us next meeting.
So they were in the mall planning their wedding?
At a cafeteria in the mall called At Cafe, where they were planning their wedding meeting, and that's where we always meet. And then they basically just heard gunshots because some of the terrorists came in through that restaurant. Mm-hmm. And so as soon as they heard that, they all started running out. But as he was running out, he looked back and didn't see his fiancée with him. The other people that were with him got out. So he said he has to go back and get her. And when he went back to get her is when they found the terrorists now had started surrounding them. So he covered her. He covered his fiancée. But they shot him 7 times. And just one of the bullets that actually went through him and killed her.
So they both died together?
They both died together. And so the funeral we had about 2 weeks ago, we buried them in their wedding clothes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they were eternally married, I guess, yes, in the midst of this tragedy.
Yes. And it was very sad.
What do the Kenyans feel about this?
It's tough. It's been one of those things that most people are actually working hard to forget, but you can't forget. So it's this thing that's all over you. My mother's a counselor, and she's one of the top counselors in the country, but she said she's never seen anything like this. They call on her when flights crash and things like that. But she said this was one of the toughest things any counselor has ever had to deal with. So the counselors are actually going for counseling. That's how bad it's been. The
counselors need counseling.
That's what's actually happening right now. Mm-hmm. Most of them are getting counseling. I mean, most of them just not able to handle what they were dealing with. And because some of them were right across on the other side of this place is what they call the Visa Offshore Center. Mm-hmm. That's where they were taking most of the victims or people being taken straight from here were going there and meeting the counselors there. But the terrorists actually opened fire at some point because they went through some sewer line and started firing at the victims and people at the Visa Offshore. So it's been one of those things that everybody just wants to put behind them. But it's going to be a long time coming. We're not going to forget this for a long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're standing next to a shrine, I guess, created by the families of those who were killed. And behind me is a statement. It says, "Peace be upon Kenya. We are one." What does this crisis, what has it done to Kenya? That word, "we are one," what has it done for the people? There is a tribal nation.
Yes.
What has this crisis done?
it definitely brought us together. Nobody was talking tribe. Nobody was trying to alienate themselves. Every religion felt this. Every tribe felt this. People donated so much blood, they actually threw blood away. Because people traveled from outside of Nairobi to donate blood. And so there was overwhelming support. Financially, people gave millions of dollars within a very short span of time. So there was a lot of pain, but at the same time, that's when that tag came together. We are one, and it became the official tag all over the nation. There's songs that have been written about it, poems have been written about it. It trended on Twitter for almost a week, because that's just what happened to the nation. I pray we can stay that way and not go back to the divisive tribal linings that we have.
Thank you, Pastor Julian. It's a really good, reminder to all of us that not all humans appreciate human life, but God himself is the source of life. Only he has the right to take it. And so, of course, there's evil in the world, and we have to deal with that. But I thank God for the spirit and the resilience of the Kenyan people. The government has done a great job. The hospitals have done a fantastic job. Now comes those who are post-trauma professionals who are dealing with those who have been hurt. I'm reporting to you from the live site of the mall here, the Westgate Mall in Nairobi, Kenya, where the tragedy took place. And so many people lost their lives, but so many people also survived. And we feel for both of them. We send our condolences to the families. We send our support to those who are still in hospital. And of course, we send our support to those who have been released from the hospital back home. But of course, the trauma goes on for a while. But Kenya will survive this. All human spirits always survive. We overcome because we believe in God, and God himself is life. Let's be back in a minute.